Hello there, Sagittarius. This is your 2022 forecast, and I'm going to talk today about home, residence, and property glow ups and financial luck points that you're going to have in the month of December. It's a really sweet time for you. You're going to find that Lord Jupiter has your back. Now, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And if that little notification bell you see down there, that's really good for getting notified when I do all of my live premieres, which you can chat in the chat box with me about the content as we watch it together. And if you want to sign up for my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter or take my Divine Timing Masterclass in February, there is a wait list for that class. Get on it, early bird notice. All the information you need is in my description box. So let's get rolling. Every time that December rolls around, we all get to experience the chunky real estate of Capricorn, as Pluto has been there for a long time, asteroid Cupido. And now in December of this year, Hygeia joins the fray, the goddess of healing mind, body, and spirit. And I'm bringing this up because this is also going to be very constellated, condensed energy, especially starting after about the first week of December in your earnings and money house. And you get this kind of condensed stellium energy yearly, but this is more intense with Hygeia joining in the third week of December. So all said and done, one of the things I'm going to say to you is you're looking at some financial healing and some money opportunities coming to you that are very powerfully significant, especially after the new moon. And we'll get to that in detail. That's happening in your money house with Hygeia helping heal your money and possessions and earnings story. And that's going to happen on the third week of December. Now, big, broad brushstroke, and take a leap back with me for a minute. Because you're a Sag rising, this means that Jupiter is what we call your Lugna Lord, or the helmsman of the chart, the most important planet for you. You may very well be aware, if you're watching any astrology, that he's been in the sign of his home kingdom, his strength and dignity in the sign of Pisces for the first 5.5 months or so of 2022. He was there for 3 months in 21 in like May, June, July. And now he is back again. He got back in there October 30th and leaves December 20th. The good news for December is he's moving forward. In the third week of November, he began moving into direct motion, and he's starting to speed up in your fourth house of property, land, home, and real estate. If you are a Sag rising and you have an ascendant sun or moon in the last 5 degrees, 25 to 29 degrees of the sign of Sag, you're really going to benefit from this particular transit. But all Sages get some juice here. And what it can do is open up positive opportunities around property rentals, property leases, buying and selling home, goodness and changes and magnification and upgrades in home, enjoyment in the home, but also very possibly a new home, especially in the month of December, because even the Vestal flame of sacred devotion, the hearth tending goddess, is in the house of the home with Jupiter. You guys are like going to either upgrade your home, move your home, cherish your home, celebrate your home, buy a new home, rent a new home, etc. Sell a home if you need to. One of the things about this transit is that Jupiter is going to be spending most of the month at the 29th degree, which is called the anaretic degree. Pay specific attention just for you guys, because it's angular, to around the 15th, 16th, 17th of the month, when Hygeia squares Jupiter from the house of your identity. It looks like some kind of deep, profound healing going on within your health, your mind, your body, your soul, and it connects in some way to the idea of where is my home? How can I find home? Where is a bounteous, joyful home for me? So this is a big theme. And, maybe you could say, like the turtle, your home is wherever you go, you carry it with you, and that home is where the heart is and the hearth is as well. But I think it really is literally you finding something to do with a peaceful healing regarding the themes of where you live. I would also say to you that you are benefiting greatly from having the Venus movement with Mercury into your money house. And this does happen every year around the same time. So there's just a sense that, yeah, it's not all that new, but not when it's in a whole sign sextile to Jupiter. So there's a real flow of Jupiter bringing luck in your money from real estate and home and homeland themes. Now, it can even be getting a cheaper lease or rent, or finding a property at a very good value or deal that could be in the sky for you, especially after the 10th of December, because that's when Venus moves in to your second house of money. Before that, Mercury gets there, and Mercury's negotiations, contracts, deals, the art of the deal, and even marketing and selling. And he's moving into that second house of money and earnings and stuff just before Venus does on December 6th. So for some, it could be putting a house on the market, getting ready to sign a contract or a lease, Then Venus sticks a landing, comes right in there to support Mercury 4 days after on the 10th. And then it's all coming together for you here. Certainly, it could be really good for promotions every year, that Venus could give you a great Christmas bonus or some upgrade in your money from your employer or your place of work. That happens every year. And in December, you've got the harvest goddess of abundance there in your career space until about the 15th, 16th of December, or the 18th of December. And that could also look like fruitful payout or money gains from some career in the first couple of weeks. Let's say between December 10th and the 18th. All right. So we need support from Ceres and we need support from Venus and collaboration there. So good money news, career and money career stuff. All right. With Jupiter moving into Aries on December 20th, and he'll be there till the middle of May, that's a really great time for fertility. And if you wanted to have a baby or your partner is the one who could have one, this is a high fertility transit, but it expands your money luck during that time, your sense of joy and fun, and romance and sexuality, all alive. You're coming alive, your vitality, your joy for life. It's just a beautiful transit. It can benefit collaterally your own children. If you're an artist or creative, this will expand your creative range, and you're suddenly going to be filled with all kinds of excitement around creative projects. And it's really good for entrepreneurs who own their own business. And you get the first taste of this 5.5 month journey in the last 10 days of December. So get ready for that shift of energy with Lord Jupiter moving into your 5th house. Yes, Lord Jupiter was in your 5th house supporting you from May the 11th to October 30th, but he only ingressed into the first 8 degrees. So he didn't get very far in there. He primarily benefited by fire trine, Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising with planets in the first 10 degrees of Sagittarius. Now the rest of you get Jupiter love coming at you as he whizzes through that 5th house over the 5 months that follow. Now, so yeah, like December 20th onwards, so good. Leisure travel as well is 5th house. And so some of you, Jupiter loves to travel, may get on a leisure travel gig and go off and explore someplace, leaving sometime in the last 10 days of December. We have a full moon in Gemini, and it's happening my brain. It's happening on the 7th of December at 16 degrees of Gemini conjunct Mars. Now, Mars has been retrograding since October 30th in the sign of your significant relationships. Yes, your marriage partners, right? Your significant business partners, your audience and clients, people you service in a one-to-one way. Mars has been moving through here since August 20th and is here till the 3rd week of March. Very rare retrograde, once in a lifetime, in fact, because he's in one sign for so long. Certainly, it can cause tension in your significant primary love relationship connections with the one you're with, and they may be argumentative, agitated, hot, peppery, and verbally combative. And I would say that this is a very interesting full moon. I hope I said full moon coming through the sky on the December 7th, because if there has been tension with a business love partner or a client, this is a full moon light in the 7th house. And this full moon light in the 7th house is going to continue up what began in May 30th, add 2 weeks. So it was the first 2 weeks of June. What kind of things were going on with business partnerships, clients, audience, legal contracts, negotiations that you need to sign, because it's back again for full review. And sometimes a full moon is a completion, graduation, or ending. So if this relationship isn't going to make it, then you'll know in the 2 weeks that follow the full moon, already on December the 7th. And this December 7th full moon conjunct Mars is square the goddess of committed marriage and business partnership in the house of home and real estate. So for sure, some of you will be coming to a completion in that untenable or gnarly marriage-like or business relationship with one other person. Maybe that accounts for the changes regarding home that I saw earlier. Next, I'm going to go chronological. So on December 1st to the 5th, there is that week, some Mercury-Venus action is going to be significant. First of all, Mercury in the very start of the December 1st, 2nd will be squaring Neptune. And that could be like the fog is lifted. You see something clearly. Mercury squaring Neptune from the house of your identity. You are having clear mental capacity, ideas, even verbal speech around some illusion, delusion. And because Neptune's pretty close to the goddess of marriage and business partnerships, it could be, oh my God, this person's not for me, or I see who they really are. I'm no longer deluded, something like that. But then Venus is opposing Mars. The cosmic lovers are having a duel right after that. Now, sometimes that's just about intensity around feelings and desires, also can allow for great creative flow. But in a romance, it's sparks that fly when you first meet and you have a lot of chemistry. But if in an existing relationship, it can be a duel between two people who are lovers. And this is happening for you with Venus in Sagittarius, opposing, Mars in the house of your marriage partner or whatever. So there could be some really significant, gnarly tension really highlighted in that first week of December between you and the one you're with, business or love. Good news is there's a sextile to Saturn. Even if the thing is really intense, it's trying to stick a landing on some lasting value, some legacy developments. It could go the distance, that kind of thing. Certainly if you meet somebody under this, it's a highly sexually chemistry energy, but also it could mean it could last. Saturn though is in the third house. And that's where he's sort of trying to soothe the waters between the tension between Venus. He's in a wedge between Venus and Mars. And long story short, that could look a lot like there's still that tension there, but it can be soothed by a trip, soothed by something in the local neighborhood, worked out by a sibling helping getting you the tension resolved. Or it could just be that there's a trip involved, and that's what the tension is about. And Saturn is trying to resolve things in a steady-handed, even-keeled Aquarian way. December 8th and 9th, the sun will oppose Mars. That's following up on Venus's opposition. Now you might be standing your ground, not even battling for anything, but rather having a strong sense of soul presence and embodiment about what you need and want, and coming to terms with that other person, business or love, or in that legal negotiation of some sort. With Venus squaring Jupiter as well around the same time, again, some of this can involve real estate, home, property, and legacy wealth like inheritances as well. Certainly with Saturn in the third house of siblings, maybe some of this is conversations with a sibling as well around sharing resources from an inheritance. December 17th to the 18th, there's going to be an event that I really like this month, and it's positive. It's Mercury in a trine to Uranus. It's an Earth trine, and Venus does the same thing right after on the 21st and 22nd. It's a two-for deal between roughly the 17th and the 22nd. There's some positive surprises around love and money that you're going to feel really happy and grounded about. Certainly, because this Earth trine is happening also in the sixth house of work, pets, tenancy, and real estate that you rent or buy. That kind of thing. I mean, that you sign a lease for. This could be a really positive and almost exciting, slightly unexpected development regarding, your money and resources and finances, pets, real estate, and property that you can rent out. You could also have an unexpected ability to pay off a debt and do really dramatically and excitingly suddenly. There's a little bit of a gnarl with the sun squaring Jupiter. Again, Sun square Jupiter energy that I mentioned, a lot of that has to do with you, just like Sun square Neptune, standing your ground on anything to do with the home and property and real estate and land. Now, there is a new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd of December. And I like this moon a lot because it's conjunct Hygeia, who's moved into Capricorn, the asteroid of healing. And she could also be about hygiene, right? But the Hygeia, hygiene, asteroid, healing, mind, body, and spirit, Capricorn is your second house of finances. So it's money healing, resources healing, speech healing, or healing around something that you put in your mouth. No longer gluten, no longer, the food that you shouldn't eat, or the cigarettes, or the too much wine. You're having a healing here, new moon healing. So it can take 6 months to fullness, so the 23rd of the month, and 6 months later, it becomes full, right? In the summer, in the solstice time, when we have new full moons in Capricorn. Because there's some participation from Lord Jupiter as well, who will be in the early degrees of Aries. This has also got some Jupiter zap. Jupiter saying, yeah, I've got this. We can make this happen. Some of it could be money healing with a lover, money healing that's luck, like a lucky lottery win, spitting out in the 2 weeks from this new moon on the 23rd, or lucky money stories that come through about and from your children are all options here as well. Definitely feels really good for healing and money luck on the 1st of December, 2 weeks, as that new moon begins to show you some of what it may have in store. And again, it can unfold as well, all the way through the 6 months that follow. I'm going chronological on December the 24th, 25th, 26th, 25th, 24th to the 26th. Mercury does the first of what will be 3 sextiles to Neptune. And the next dates will be December 31st and February 5th. He will be retrograding in your second house, just so you know. That's my January video, but it'll have a lot to do with really going over a fine-tooth comb and reassessing your money stories, your resources and finances. May have to go back and deal with unresolved financial stories. But in the meantime, this sextile to Neptune is really good for money and real estate. It could help you negotiate a deal for your dream home, your dream property. It can help you see clearly where you've been fogged up about committed partnerships in love and business that also connect to legacy wealth, land, home, and real estate. Mercury is the keen intellect that's working on your behalf and sextiling the god of confusion, meaning that he's winning the day and helping you in an applying aspect to Neptune, get rid of some delusionary fog around home, land, property, and real estate, legacy wealth, and those themes. Again, this comes up again on New Year's Eve on the 31st and again on February 5th. Lastly, December 28th and 29th, Venus and Mercury co-join in a perfect sextile energy in your money and earnings and possessions house. And I like this a lot because it's going to be connected to the idea of your ability to have some lucky money stories unfold in your narrative. And the reason I'm focusing on the word luck is that Lord Jupiter in that 5th house of money luck at the same time says you could have some kind of really opportune flowing marketing, selling, merchandising luck. So you could sell your house, you could sell a product, you could get a raise at work. It just feels fortunate. December 31st, there's a conjunction on New Year's Eve between Venus and Pluto around that time. It can be very intense energy. It could be like seeking for deep truth and love. It can be intensity about money and revealing secrets about money, especially with this happening in your money house. And so it can be a little destabilizing in terms of if there's some secrets, financial secrets that need to be revealed, you're going to be like jolted a bit by this, but stay tuned and see what happens. But if it talks about the house of putting things in your mouth, be careful you don't overdo it on New Year's Eve, especially. This could lead you to overindulge to the point of maybe being in physical harm, serious harm. So be careful about excess debauchery and overindulgence with things that you eat and ingest and drink or smoke or snort on New Year's Eve. Okay, take it easy, guys. Thank you for listening. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Check out my description box. Take my Divine Timing Masterclass. I think you'd love it. Also consider signing up for my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter and liking my channel and subscribing and checking out everything I do. Ton of videos every month, at least 25 to 26. I think you'll like my stuff if you stick around, if you're new especially. Thanks, guys, for listening.